Dog-powered sports are a great way to get fit and have fun with your dog. And the great news is that you can enjoy all the wonderful benefits of reducing your dog's energy and still have a nice loose leash for neighborhood walks. In this video, we're going to share with you some tips on how you can train your dog that nice tight line and mushing and still have a nice quality loose leash. We will share our tricks with you so that you can clearly communicate with your dog what to do in each situation. I'm Chelsea with Positive Futures Dog Training and Behavior. If you're new to our channel, welcome. And if you're returning for more, thanks for your support. When people first see dog-powered sports, their thought is, that looks like so much fun. Their second thought is dread over losing all their efforts with loose leash walking. The good news is that they're not mutually exclusive. You can have both, but there are a few things that you will need to do to help your dog understand when it's okay to pull and when it isn't. First, let's talk about reinforcement. Any behavior you reinforce is going to happen again. Positive reinforcement with food is how we teach our dogs to do the behaviors that we want. So we want to make sure that our dogs have a strong history of reinforcement for both loose leash walking and pulling. Through carefully designed training plans, we need to make sure that the dog knows how to do both of the desired behaviors. Training plans generally start with the dog being able to do the behavior when asked in a low distraction environment. And then we slowly help them generalize by practicing in a variety of distractions and locations. Once you begin your dryland mushing activities, you may notice that your dog's excitement to pull hard and go fast can temporarily alter their understanding of loose leash. So even if you haven't used food on walks for a while, now is a great time to pull it back out. By reinforcing your dog with food, you're clarifying that loose leash is what you want in this context by reinforcing the behavior of forward motion with loose leash. Another big indicator to our dogs is separate pieces of equipment. Equipment can be a huge piece of information and provide context to the dog about what they're about to be doing. You will get lots of training and running in their specialized mushing harness. And all your loose leash activities will be done in a different piece of equipment of your choosing, like a head halter, a flat or martingale collar, or even a different body harness. In addition to different pieces of equipment, I also recommend activity-specific cues. Cues are what we use to ask our dog for a specific behavior. So it makes sense that our cues would be different if we're doing loose leash walking versus a dog-powered sport. When walking on a loose leash, I ask for attention with their name and ask them to walk loosely with the cue, with me. When mushing, I don't want attention. I ask the dogs to move out in front of me with line out and then get them moving with hike, hike. The words you use to communicate to your dog do have meaning and can give further context to help your dog. Make sure that you have a strong training plan behind your cues so that your dog knows them. And be consistent with how you use the cues so that you and your dog are on the same line of communication. Another helpful piece of information for those who are just starting to work on differentiating the concepts of loose leash and pulling for their dog is using environmental cues to help you versus hurt you. Where are you doing these activities? You can help clarify the activity by choosing your location wisely. If all of the mushing fun happens on the trails, well, then the trails themselves can start to become a cue for your dog that they're about to pull. And the quiet streets of your neighborhood can start to clue your dog in that loose leash and sniffs are about to happen. As your dog gets more advanced, you can work on taking the loose leash walking to the trails, but in the meantime, you can use your location as another piece of context for your dog. Be patient with your dog through this process, and remember that they're learning too. But with clear communication, good reinforcement of behavior, and choosing equipment and locations wisely, you and your dog can enjoy loose leash walking and dog-powered sports. So, now that you're ready to commit to dog-powered sports, you might like to know that we have a whole playlist just for you. I think you'll enjoy this video here on handling trail distractions. And don't forget to hit subscribe so that you can keep getting all of our tips and tutorials.